Welcome back. I know it's been a long winter for many of us, and you know what that long winter can do to your skin. And our next guest is going to help us with skincare and talking about the type of damage that winter can do. We are joined by Linda Stevenson. She is a national skincare expert and the founder of Mèreadesso. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so
Great
much
to have you here. Are you done with winter with the rest of us?
So done. And I'm a person who loves winter. Like
I do too.
I'm a skier. I love it. I'm just, I'm over it.
Yeah,
I'm so over it.
And I think our skin is probably over it as well. But let's talk about why is the winter so damaging to our skin?
Well, it's the harsh conditions, it's the wind, it's the cold temperatures, cell renewal rates slow down, like we have dry skin, and you know, the heaters go on in our house.
Right.
So all of these things are the transitioning. And I think spring is actually the hardest season because you're dipping in and out of cold, warmer temperatures. You get teased a little bit with higher temperatures. They mock you a little bit with higher temperatures, and then go right back to cold again. So it's that transitioning back and forth, which is hard on your skin, knowing what to do.
Now, this line is there's no serums, there's no night and day, right? It's very just one product for kind of all skin types.
Yeah, I mean, being in this business for so many years, one of the things I've been noticing is the proliferation of products on the marketplace. So I wanted to do the opposite, go the opposite way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And so essentially, you know, this has become your day cream, night cream, serum, toner, primer for makeup, and eye cream all in one.
Yeah,
and it basically comes down to I don't believe in the magic bullet theory. There's not one ingredient that can solve all your problems. So it's just like food. You want to create a buffet for your skin. So it's healthy to have different antioxidants, vitamins, minerals all in one place. And that's what I try to achieve here.
You know what's really great about this product too is it's good for women and men.
Yeah, we noticed our fastest growing demographic were guys, so we actually took a lot of the gender references off of our website. We just took it all out. Yeah, because men love it. It's straightforward. It's one step.
It's refreshing, though. Honestly, I think for years, you know, men, their partners have said to them, you know, why don't you, at least use some moisturizer or use some cream? And for some reason, guys are reluctant to do it. I don't know why.
And actually, men suffer from rosacea more than women do because you're constantly shaving, you're constantly scraping your skin, so actually you're irritating your skin far more than we are. And yet you don't have the tools or the necessary, like, the foundations or the makeup to cover it. So a product that actually addresses the issue of redness and helps, it's connecting really well with guys.
You know what I really liked, I read this on your website, was this is an all-natural product, right? And
as natural as you can possibly get, absolutely.
Exactly. And then, but you said, you know, not all natural products are good for the skin.
No.
Right? So you have to be careful. I think sometimes people think like, oh, it's all natural.
I
That's
couldn't agree
great,
more.
you know?
Well, exactly, and I think also too that if it's all natural, then it should really be carrying an expiry date and stored in the fridge.
Yes,
like
that's true.
milk. So there's a little bit of a marketing, flexibility. Shall we
so I guess
say,
that's
in
part
the
of that
industry.
greenwashing.
Yes.
Right, that we saw that sort of started up about 10 years ago. So you really have to do your homework.
Well, and according to Health Canada, I mean, you do need to have stability, shelf life. That's part of the regulations that we have to all adhere to if we're in the industry. So the all-natural claim, what I say about my products is wherever I can find a natural source that's sustainable, that is quality is consistent and supply is consistent, I will absolutely gravitate towards that.
Linda, you mentioned you've been doing this for a long time. What's your background in skincare?
Well, I'm actually a chemist and microbiologist and botanist by profession, as well as I've worked in the industry for, yes, I couldn't focus. I really couldn't focus.
You should do TV. That's why I got into it.
Exactly. So I worked in the health beauty industries for 25 years, and so I worked on the technical side, and then it just naturally gravitated into product development. I worked with a lot of different brands, big brands. I like going into department stores, which ones were my product babies, so I like doing that. And then led to consulting, and then my own product line. So it was a natural evolution for me.
Now, you did want to give us some tips on how to lighten your face for the winter?
Well, exactly. When you transition to the season, pardon my cold, one of the nice tips that I like to tell people is you don't really need to go, you say lighten up. So go from cream foundations to liquids or liquids to powders. That's typically how you transition through. But in that springtime where you're kind of going back and forth, rather than trying to figure out what other new product should I use, the best is to just take your foundation. If you want to put that on the back of your hand, or I can do that here. You just take, this would be the normal coverage. So if you apply that to your skin, that's your normal coverage. But if you were to mix it just with the moisturizer that you're already using, so if I put this in, and then, and then mix it
and then
out.
rub it in? Okay.
Well, actually, We did-
Oh, there. Oh, sorry.
So,
I did it wrong.
so you can shear it
I
out.
did it
So-
opposite.
That's
That's
all right.
okay. It'll eventually come around.
It's very flexible. So you take the same foundation, but you actually shear it down with your moisturizer. So you have the same color, the same texture, but it's sheer. So you're actually making your own kind of BB cream or CC cream. Like you're actually doing that yourself,
Right.
and not having to go out and buy another product, which then allows you that ratio of flexibility from day to day, depending on the weather. How
Right.
much moisturizer do you add to shear it out? So it gives a little bit of a play on that.
And I imagine too, I mean, you've, because of your background, you know that these mix well, because I doubt you could go to any pharmacy or wherever you buy your makeup and try the
Right.
same thing, and it's going to blend as nicely as
Well,
these.
exactly. But then again, if you're using a certain moisturizer, you know that, and if your foundation is working well over top of it, like sometimes it doesn't. If it starts to pill or it's not sticking properly or it comes off easily, the two aren't really compatible. But if
Okay.
you find that when you normally get yourself made up in the morning, that the moisturizer you use is working well with the foundation, then mixing it on your hand prior to should work just fine.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You've been kind enough to provide us with a giveaway. What are we giving away here?
Well, my entire line, because it's so small and so simple, that's the entire line. So the cleanser, which is a eye makeup remover, facial cleanser, toner, and mask, all in one product.
Wow. Okay.
The moisturizer we talked about, and the body cream, which is everything below the neckline, saves all your problems, as well as lip treats, which are lip balms.
Well, and we'll have a question because we
All
have to
right.
make sure this is a bit difficult. You have to tell us what the name of Linda's company is.
All right.
We put it up on screen a little while ago. All you have to do is give us a call at 613-759-8622 for your chance to win. Linda, thank you so much
My
for joining
pleasure.
us. A real
Anytime.
pleasure having you on the show
Thank
today.
you.
And I won't mention the name of her company right now because you're probably calling right now. There's more Daytime coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.